Blessed Mabon, which is, I love this Sabbath so much, and I'm like just so inspired. It's rainy, it's chilly here. It's not really cold, it's just more damp. And I am just obsessed and so, I don't know, I always feel so thankful, especially for my spiritual path this time of year. It's just so invigorating and inspiring and such a balm to my soul, as always, but I think I especially feel that way in the fall here in New Hampshire. It's just so beautiful. And you just feel such a truth of the liminal space and a going within and a time of solitude. And really, as I was reflecting this morning on the Sabbath before I get my day started, a real sense of just gratitude to my deity and connection to the Morrigan, especially on this Sabbath. So shout out to the Morrigan, honoring her and her energy as we turn within, as we discover the crone within ourselves and embrace her in our lives. So that being said, I wanted to do a video today that everyone has been requesting, that's been super popular. And I just wanted to celebrate, because I feel like this is one of those Sabbaths where you really, it's about just the beauty of the abundance of harvest, celebrating who you truly are, and just feeling so connected to your spiritual path. So we're going to do Date My Decks installment 2. And I have some seasonal decks on here that I think you guys will be happy about. And I'm still saving some heavy hitters for installment 3, because you guys know I love odd numbers and 3 is a big deal for me. So the next installment is going to have some of my more popular decks on the channel for sure. But we've got some heavy hitters today too. So, and I do want to say, I have my little leather candle from Maker of Waxed Goods burning. It's like, I don't know, it just smells so good. I love this day so much. So I'm so happy to spend some time with you in this space on this beautiful Sabbath. So anyhow, Date My Decks installment 2. We're going to start with the Magick of You Oracle. The Magick of You Oracle is a gin and tonic, but with elderflower syrup included. I love like that beautiful warmth that elderflower adds to a drink. And so when I think of this deck as a date, that's what this deck would order. The Magick of You Oracle is definitely female. She's definitely in her 40s. She has very long, beautiful black hair, or perhaps it's flaming red if that's more your thing. And we're definitely going to be having gin and tonics with elderflower syrup or some type of honey syrup in it. But for me, it would be elderflower. We would be going out on a date at night. It would be raining. And the conversation would just be epic. Look, there's the witch, the first card pulled. It's going to cover all things esoteric, occult, but also of the earth, right? She would definitely have a real affinity for herbalism and connection to poisonous plants and their use in ritual. She's going to be very deft at reading people and want to impress you with how she's able to read other people at the bar. Let's think about where she would take you. So it's going to be nighttime. It's going to be rainy. And I think the type of bar you would end up at would be like a bar with books in it. So I don't know if any of you have ever been to Yvonne's in Boston, but it would have that type of feel. Very opulent, dark, romantic, mysterious with books. And so in gin and tonics with elderflower syrup would definitely be what we'd be drinking. It would be a long date, right? And at the end of the date, I wouldn't be sure if she would want to see me again. Like it would be a maybe, maybe not situation. I would be left wondering and waiting for her to message me after the date. So this is the Magick of You Oracle, and that is, yeah, definitely in her 40s, very long hair, very witchy, obviously, and just absolutely stunning, like someone you would feel in awe of, right? That's the Magick of You Oracle. So that's Magick of You Oracle. Let's see, who do I want to do next? Ooh, let's do Les Vampira Oracle next. Les Vampira Oracle. All right. Oh my God, I love this deck so much, and I've been like reinvigorated with my love of this deck recently. So this is by Lucy Cavendish and Jasmine Beckett Griffith. All right, so if I was to date this deck, if this deck was a date, they'd definitely be a male that looked like they were in their late 20s, but was actually like almost 50 years old. So they take really good care of their physical body. Probably, oh, I didn't say what sign my witch would be. She would definitely be a Scorpio or an Aries. I'd lean more towards Scorpio in that situation. But for this deck, all right, so I've got a male who looks like he's in his late 20s, but he's actually like almost 50, or he's in his early 50s. Takes very good care of his physical condition. We're probably looking at like a Leo with a Scorpio moon in this situation, or a Leo with a Cancer mood. So they're gonna be moody right out the gate. We're probably gonna be drinking, they're probably gonna try to impress me with what they order, like that they have a really multi-layered sense of cocktails and are well informed in the art of making a great cocktail. So they would order a house specialty that probably has like leather bitters and coffee in the drink, right? And there's probably scotch that's going to happen mixed in with a cocktail, not scotch on its own on the rocks, right? So very moody, very probably someone who feels like they have a lot of knowledge about the scientific realm and around a particular field of study. Like, you know, when someone's very well versed in a particular field and it's kind of like all they talk about. However, this guy probably secretly plays Dungeons and Dragons with his friends on the weekend and doesn't really talk about it that much. Maybe he lost a significant individual in his life to a car crash in his late teens. Like, there's this sense of depth and peculiarity and curiosity in regards to this date that would make me say yes to a second date with them. But they would be a little bit awkward without realizing it, thinking that they were impressing me, right? That's how Le Vampire feels to me. And then just randomly, they would just like shout out some intuitive understanding of who I am without me offering any of that wisdom to them, right? Like just randomly, that would just happen. Not in a way that you could like count on that, but just randomly on occasion. So that is the Le Vampire Oracle. I gotta put all my little babies to the side. We'll do Sacred Rebels next. Sacred Rebels is a much older woman. She is absolutely stunning. We would be doing non-alcoholic cocktails here, probably something with ginger, like fresh ginger, in the drink, but non-alcoholic. She's not going to drink. She doesn't need to drink, but she might order me a drink though, or let me know that it was okay for me to order a drink if I want to on the date, right? The conversation is going to be very much around shamanic understanding and wisdom and work. She's probably been on a sacred pilgrimage in the recent past and has a lot to share about that traveling and that time period of inner work and the realization she's had about the universe and what it means to be human. She's probably going to talk a lot about herself. We would meet in somewhere open air during the afternoon, like outside of an apple orchard or somewhere where bees are kept. And it would definitely be about connecting to the elements and her new awarenesses and understanding of herself. And while I might learn a lot about the human condition, I might not go on a second date with her. She probably has like very long white hair. And we'll definitely be ordering appetizers, something vegan. I will appreciate the wisdom that she's able to access and have made a fascinating new friend, but probably wouldn't say yes to a second date with this one. And she probably wouldn't want to ask me on a second date. That's Sacred Rebels Oracle. Okay, here we go. All right, Oracle of the Shapeshifters. Oracle of the Shapeshifters is like, okay, let me see. Oh, what sign would Sacred Rebels be? I keep forgetting signs today. Aquarius. Sacred Rebels would be an Aquarius. Okay, Oracle of the Shapeshifters. What sign will Oracle of the Shapeshifters be, guys? Virgo. Oracle of the Shapeshifters is a Virgo with like a Pisces or Cancer moon. And they probably work with animals for a living. Very connected to the spirit animal realm. Super sweet. Androgynous. Let's see, where would we meet? Somewhere where we could go like for a hike after. Where we might actually see some wildlife. Or no, you know what, not a hike. They would want to take me canoeing after the first, after we had a drink on the first date. Doing something like in the water, but it's a river. It's not a lake or an ocean. And like spending time in nature, and maybe we see some animals, and talking about life and the interconnectedness of all beings. And our first drink would be something like an IPA that has like a woody or a piney base to it. Something that's very like forest, that tastes like the forest. So we would be doing that, and maybe we would have a shot of tequila after we shared the beer. That's how that day would go. And then we do a little canoeing. And it would be very easy to talk to this person. Like, precocious, fun, young-hearted, no matter what age they are. Very outdoorsy, like, you know, the type that's going to show up in, like, I don't know, those cargo pants that zip off at the bottom if you want to make them into shorts, right? Like Merrill water shoes. That's this type of energy. But there's also like a jolt of, I think, wisdom within the sacred feminine that this person could access. So we would have some really interesting conversations about memories and the past. Okay, here we go, guys. Tarot of the Mystical Moments. You guys know this deck, she kicks my ass regularly. She's just an ass kicker. She's an ass kicker. So it's female, mid-30s, loves to wear like beautiful boots with a really nice heel, all in black. Maybe her hair is blue. Scotch on the rocks, or a bourbon that's really warm and like heady. You're going to get like buzzed with this person right away. And they're definitely a writer or an artist. They're living a life that's different than everybody else. Very open to like communication about channeling from other realms, and how the creative process is really an act of connecting to the muse and what the muse is for them. She would be like a ball buster though, like and with a really great sense of humor, but like an acerbic sense of humor. Like really, it can be very sarcastic. And she will be like the life of the party. People in the bar would be drawn to her. The bar that we would go to would be like open and spacious with lots of white, very like color wise as a palette and a theme, like whites and stainless steel, very like Nordic feeling in a way. And I would be totally confused about if she was into me or just doing me a favor by going on a date with me. And is she going to drop some truth bombs? Let's see, what sign would she be? Oh, I forgot to say, did I say what sign? Yes, I did say what sign Oracle of Shapeshifters was. Okay, so what sign would Tarot of the Mystical Moments be? Hold on, let me think for a second. Libra. She's a Libra. She's like a Libra with a Capricorn moon or something like that. Ballsy. Straight shooter. Excellent taste in music. Oh my goodness, excellent taste. Jazz. Obscure jazz. That's her taste in music. Considers herself a very well-versed chef in her time off, right? So that's Tarot of the Mystical Moments. I would be unsure if I was going to get a second date with her too, but I would definitely say yes to a second date with her. I would be totally smitten. Okay. Halloween Oracle. Halloween Oracle is like candy sweet, very saccharine. So like an apple martini or something that tastes like candy apple when you drink it, where you can't really taste the alcohol. So they could be a lot of trouble. They're definitely obviously a Scorpio or Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. They're very comfortable with a good time. They probably partied a lot in their 20s. They have some regrets in their life, excuse me. Definitely masculine. They're trying to figure out who they are. And so they're a little bit at a crossroads in their personal life. They're probably relatively successful in their career, but they don't feel fulfilled by it. And they're trying to find meaning for themselves in their life. Very easy to read. I might get bored with this deck on a date really quickly. Wouldn't want to drink the same thing that they were drinking. Definitely don't need to go on a second date. However, probably laughed a lot and got to talk to them a lot about their purpose and their goals and dreams going forward. Right? Like you guys know, I've talked about this deck so much over the years, and you can really clarify very well with this deck, but it's very much what it is. It's a niche deck. And I feel like it would be a niche date, right? It would be a niche date. The person would be figuring out who they are. And so it really wouldn't be about getting to know each other, but more about listening to their experience. Let's see, we're 15 minutes in, so I'm going to do one more. I will do Tarot of the Haunted House. Oh, guys, I love this deck so much. Even just the backing, I'm like always low-key obsessed with. So, okay, who would they be? Who would they be? They're probably a Taurus. So they're going to take you somewhere elegant but understated. And like very much with a focus on the experience of the entire meal. We would definitely be going out for a meal, not just drinks. And we'd start with a really delicious wine, like a really beautiful Cabernet, or maybe a Malbec, something like unctuous and heady that really like hits you right away, right out the gate. And then we're going to have a meal, but it's going to be courses, and it's going to be a whole experience with a theme. They're going to have great taste in music. They'll probably lean a little more hardcore or punk. Really deep life experience. This person is well-lived, masculine, well-lived, definitely a Taurus, maybe with a water sign for their moon. Very intuitive, beautiful flow to the conversation. Hours are going to go by like minutes. And you're really going to have a sense, or I would leave a date really having a sense that this person wanted to understand me and get to know how I tick, as well as sharing their story and their journey with me. There's going to be a sense of something feeling like really grounded and perhaps not mysterious, but beautiful. So not the mystery of some of the earlier decks, but a really beautiful sense of attractiveness and truth and connection and a very, very grounded energy. I'm definitely going to want to go on a second date. And they'll message me quickly after the first date to let me know, so neither of us are left hanging, because it's easier to just know the truth, isn't it? And act upon that. And this is the type of date that would let you know if they didn't want to see you again, instead of just ghosting you, so you wouldn't be left hanging. This is my experience with Tarot of Haunted House. It would be beautiful wine, just beautiful, gorgeous, glorious, like just beautiful reds, and like a different wine for every course, and it would match perfectly with the food that was being served, and it would just be a whole experience. And they would have like reserved a table somewhere really beautiful, and so we would have all the time in the world to just sit and get to know each other and talk about everything, right? So this has been the second installment of Date My Decks. Blessed Mabon, guys. I am sending you so much love and many blessings. As always, it's such a joy and an honor to get to sit in sacred space with you, even when we're being silly when it comes to our tarot decks. Our decks have a sense of humor, and so it's nice to be able to laugh with them, isn't it? I am sending you, as always, so much love and many blessings. I'll see you in the next video.